Hi, welcome back to the Raw vs. Smackdown portion of this week's In Wrestling in Mom's Basement, Week 8. Or as I was putting up 5 for some reason. I, of course, am Patrick Young, who has this weird hair thing going on because of the fan. This right here to my right had the most intelligent conversation I've ever heard with Kelly, Joe Venuto.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
That was me. I'm good, sweetie.
That was actually pretty good.
Oh, wow. He's the one with the Kelly on us. Night outside.
Hello. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good, sweetie. I'm doing fine.
December 8th, 2008. A day that will live in infamy.
I don't know why my impression of you sounds like you've been smoking for 50 years, but yes.
Oh my god, for another I thought I just compared us to Pearl Harbor, but that was Pearl Harbor December 7th. So we're good.
You mentioned the words Pearl Harbor,
No, but
Japanese, USA, surprise attack, Hawaii. You just said the
No,
name.
but you know who one thing got surprise attack I met when I first met them? If any of you remember, Lena Yacht. I thought I got surprise attacked by Lena Yacht because she grabbed my hand and pulled me over the guardrail almost.
She was very excited to meet us.
Yeah, I saved that. To the best of my ability, I saved that.
Yeah. It was weird. She was more excited to meet us than we were to meet her.
Now, does anyone actually remember her? We're waiting.
Nope.
Alright.
I don't know why my nose was like this close to your neck, apparently.
It's the tap out body spray.
Could have done it this way, but no, I chose to do it this way.
Lena Yacht will not be part of the Raw vs. Smackdown live review, but we will get her as our
Nor has she been mentioned in WWE television in like
10 years.
10 years.
But we will get her as a correspondent for this podcast. That I can't promise, but I will try my damnedest.
It'll be pretty much me in a wig, so.
It's closer than what we normally do, I guess.
Yes.
This is the new, and I don't want to say improved, but the new version, because I don't know how this is going to work, the new version of the Raw vs. Smackdown review, where this time we give you all the storylines going on, so you don't feel like you're missing stuff, and not just talk about the good stuff. Because the bad stuff deserves to be talked about too. Because otherwise, they wouldn't put it on TV, they didn't think it deserved to be talked about.
Yeah. And plus, let's face it, you hearing us complain is much more interesting than going. I think that show was great and awesome.
Right. Which one shows probably is going to get that for the most part.
Yes.
Well, not one, maybe not. So we're going to break it down by divisions, starting with the, I guess, the least important, the lowest division on each show, and working away from there. And starting off, we'll be talking about the highlights of the Raw Cruiserweight division. 205 Live will also be included this every week. He didn't see 205 Live, but I can tell him what happened.
I also didn't see the Cruiserweight promo this week too, since I saw the Hulu version of Raw.
Right. Oh god, I just shot you.
You're trying to kill me now.
My bad. I'm right. Starting with the Cruiserweight division.
Podcast has become a bad influence.
On 205 Live this week, Enzo Amore, Graham Lika, Cedric Alexander, you can figure out the not talented one in the ring on that team for yourself, defeated Tony Nese, Sawyer Davari, and Drew Gulak. Enzo beat Tony Nese via roll-up. After 205 Live, it looks like Enzo's being groomed as the next guy to face Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship. And that's probably the worst mistake that WWE has ever made in this division. The only other mistake was not giving Wilson Aries a chase to win the title.
Yes. At that point, they might as well just kept it on Tozawa.
Yeah, definitely. The former tag team specialists in quotations. And Enzo's in the same boat as his partner Bray Cass, who isn't really in a boat right now. Yeah. He's in Cass. And it says that he's not
triage on the boat.
And it says that he isn't a good single skipper like Bray Cass. No. He's good on the mic and is horrible in the ring. I hope Pat can tell you here, what on earth can he do to be warrant a potential title opportunity to face Neville for the gold?
Well, since he's good on the mic, I'd give him that strength. and have him build up the feud that way, and then hopefully just have that one pay-per-view match.
Somebody's optimistic for this.
Yeah, and then Neville beats him.
Oh, you want Neville to win though?
Yes.
Okay. Also the Cruiserweight division. The Brian Kendrick defeat Jack Gallagher. Jack Gallagher, no DQ match. This past Tuesday on 2 of Alive. Brian Kendrick had a vicious beatdown. Jack Gallagher scored an impressive victory over somebody considered a higher contender than Kendrick. Kendrick needed to make a statement on 2 of Alive, and he's I would say been overshadowed by by fellow cruiserweights in the past few months. This feud was meant to showcase the vicious side of Kendrick and the darkness that lies beneath the normally gentlemanly Jack Gallagher. I will get to it on like this. They have done a fantastic job since November showcasing feuds that
are other than the
different layers of storytelling that aren't seen on Raw. So I will get into that. Do you agree with Brian Kendrick though getting the win? I guess in the feud over Jack Gallagher.
I guess so, because Gallagher already had a shot at Neville. Unless you're going to trump that match out again, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon.
Right.
Then I think you need to build up the heel side a little bit, too.
Yeah.
At least have somebody play second fiddle to Neville, who can actually do good things for, like, Cedric, who should probably be Neville's next contender.
And the winner at this point.
Yes.
The man who actually defines Neville.
Yes.
Told him at still on top of the different lines of storytelling. Also, so we go to If I Live. The same goes to say with the storyline between Rashwan and TJP. Their friendly rivalry has also, I guess, intertwined one another with Arya Daivari. Because this week, Rashwan got the win over Arya Daivari, and Arya Daivari stole TJP's crush. And then Rashwan rolled him up for the win. The intermatch, TJP proved he was faking it by saving Rashwan from a beatdown from Arya Daivari. But now all these matches, I guess, trying to put all 4 guys on equal footing, I guess.
Yeah.
Each guy close to all the victories and the recent matches released. But there is one storyline to this story is, I guess the friendship between TJP and Rashwan is slowly breaking down. So TJP, even if Rashwan was down for the help, he was angry that TJP was faking the injury.
Yeah.
So if TJP was to cement himself as the top heel in the division, backstabbing Rashwan with his mind games, I would think is the road that he needs to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is an interesting story that probably should showcase more on Raw.
Yeah.
Than just running 3 minutes.
However, Raw doesn't really, unless it's Neville versus whoever that month, it's not really cared about on Raw.
Yeah. But that's it for the Cruiserweight. It wasn't a great 205 Live, but I won't say you need to watch it. I would just say that 205 Live does do a good job with their story, with different types of storylines.
I just wish they would showcase it a little better for 205 Live. And right now, I had a Twitter conversation with somebody about this while I was in Brooklyn. And the more I think about it, the more I agree with the person. It's either you have the division being on its own on that one brand, or you don't have it that way. For instance, it'd probably be better if they put them down with Full Sail and just have them be a part of the NXT roster. And if NXT's looking for that mid-card title,
there you go.
Why not have the Cruiserweight title? I mean, most of your guys can fit under both that limit. Or you can move it up to 225 and just get rid of those people on the borderline, just have them be able to fight for it.
I agree. The next division, the Raw Women's division. My favorite division on the main roster.
Purple Hound Roman, Micro Charlotte, and a Samoan lady.
There's other people too. There was 5 women on the show this week.
And the woman who started the Women's Revolution. And the person to get beat by the woman who started the Women's Revolution.
First in the Raw Women's division, the Raw Women's Championship match was rightfully the main event of Raw in terms of match quality. Yeah, stop. But the wrong woman walked out with the title.
Tell me no one saw that coming. Tell me you didn't see that coming.
Honestly, no, I trusted them to do the right thing. That didn't mean that.
Sasha defending the belt on Raw. It's the reverse. Micro Charlotte actually got the belt on Raw.
This was a problem that WWE was just rectified back at SummerSlam.
And I love Alexa. She spills my beating heart. But come on, tell me you didn't see this coming.
No, I didn't. This is a problem that WWE was just rectified back at SummerSlam when Sasha won the bank. When she won the bank. When she won the title. Alexa was booked as a horrible champion. After her win over Bayley at Sure Rules.
Yes.
She just lost her match. So honestly, I guess I'm asking, what difference will it make with her second title reign, or fourth, if you count her title reigns?
Now she gets to lose in a triple threat match to Sasha.
Who taps.
Where she taps. And then Sasha loses it back to Alexa. So the No Mercy triple threat match is really just so they don't have to have Sasha and Alexa on 3 pay-per-views in a row. Or 4 pay-per-views in a row.
Then they have a triple threat match at Survivor Series and Nia wins.
Yep.
By beating Alexa.
Yeah, and then Sasha wins it back on Raw. And then Alexa wins back. And then in a perfect world, Asuka goes to SmackDown.
This is why we're including Nia into this, because after that now, in part 2 of this wonderful storytelling, Nia attacked her best friend that she was friends with for years overall. Oh, who knew?
You're hiding behind Nia Jax.
No.
Can anyone tell me if Nia Jax has actually interfered in a Sasha Banks match? She's done that. But has she actually interfered in an Alexa Bliss title match? And the fact that Alexa... Well, if you can do that to me, can you tell me if Alexa Bliss actually won the match?
I don't know that.
Not Alexa Amazon, no one gives a shit about you.
Nia attacked her best friend, Alexa Bliss, made her match to rightfully position herself as the next title contender. The problem with that is Sasha is still owed a rematch for the gold. This could be the perfect storm, I guess, and turning Nia into a babyface in her title chase, because the fans just seem to gravitate towards her, hold up the championship over the current Alexa.
Although it probably won't be as good as Brock Lesnar versus Triple H.
No. That's the image that image, I guess, is something they should be playing up on the build towards No Mercy.
Tell me no one saw this coming.
I didn't. I really didn't. Until they
it was literally the pattern for Sasha and Charlotte last year.
Until they main event it. Then I really...
Except in reverse, because now Micro Charlotte gets the belts on Raw, while Sasha gets the belts on pay-per-view. It's the same thing that happened last year. And everyone called the feud great. The matches were fine, yes, but...
Except for the Iron Man match.
Yeah, that was shit. But still, it's not like creative booking. It's like, oh, how do we make them look competitive as possible? Let's just keep on throwing the belt on the other one, and in the next title change, we just give it away.
Sasha is a legit loser on the main roster. I like Bayley, who got a break physically, but she got the break she needed.
Yeah.
Sasha may need a break too to get her on TV. But there are no other women on Raw if there's Raw. Maybe just one to turn Nia face. I think Nia's face. I don't know who's the face in this Nia. That's who the fans seem to be behind in that case.
I'm gonna guess Nia because I don't see Alexa as a heel now.
She's a heel.
I don't see Alexa as a face now. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I guess Nia. I mean, the crowd was behind her when she turned on Alexa. I'm gonna guess.
It's just probably something that didn't need to happen.
Yeah, I'm guessing she's gonna be the face to give. Well, probably the reason would be to give young girls that good body image that you don't have to be skinny as hell to be successful whenever you do.
Well, I'm fine with that.
It's a good message, but
Look at me.
it's a good message. But I just wish Nia actually was a bit more solid in the ring.
I'm fine now because look at me. I'm not like most guys.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. There are other women on Raw this week. Who knew? In our hashtag match, I'm not going to talk about the match or the insult to Mickey or Emma, but I'm going to talk about the storyline development. As for Emma, she finally won her First match of the year, I guess. I put second. I mean, it was her first. I don't know. But it was a sloppy fashion. She came out with a brand new theme song in the style of Madonna's "Who's That Girl?" Because, well, yeah.
Instead of the
And as Michael Cole said on commentary, "Who's that girl? It's Emma."
The big dog.
It's boss time.
She calls it the rear view.
By the way, this new song's got her credibility. You haven't heard it yet, have you?
No.
I'll play it for you after we work on this.
Actually, apparently she could consider my lucky stars there.
It's got her credibility, as well as ranting after her win when she started Divas Revolution. She started Divas Women's Revolution. Who was it? Women's Revolution?
Yeah.
I don't even know what they call it. The women's thing. And if WWE wants
or is it Women's Evolution?
Wait, that's a good point. I don't know. If WWE wants to book Emma as a delusional competitor who is taking sole credit for the Women's Revolution, then that might as well be the death knell in her role career, of a role set.
At this point, I'd rather her have the gimmick of right after she was arrested for shoplifting to just be like a kleptomaniac, just start stealing things. Just
right. If anything, I will say this: she's right in the sense that she started the Women's Revolution.
Yes.
In ring-wise with Paige. If you want to get technical, who started the Women's Revolution was Trisha Lee. If you want to get technical, in modern day, who started the Women's Revolution was AJ Lee. But the whole storyline too. And Emma's just going to be delusional now. This is going to be like the death. This is going to be the end of her role. She's going to be moved to SmackDown Live in the Superstar Shake-Up Arena NXT again at this point.
Or go back to the independent scene.
No, definitely
make
not.
a name for herself.
Definitely not. She will always be Emma to us. NXT will use her right. SmackDown will at least put her on TV and something not fully stupid. Just half stupid.
She can be Emma Dashwood. So she can use the Emma name.
That's true. But, going to NXT in this shake-up is not a demotion to people in the main roster think it is. They're still being paid a shit the same for less work.
Yeah.
Next in...
Better creative.
Or maybe. Maybe not. We don't know that.
Very, 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 very much better creative.
The Raw Tag Team Division.
I know that wasn't good grammar, but... yeah. I just threw... Well, we threatened to kill somebody in the last video, so...
We're trying to... This, and I think I'm... Look at your... They have an Edge collection.
Yes.
No.
As we're doing this during the podcast.
No, because Edge was once part of tag team, a famous tag team. So next is the Raw Tag Team Division, featuring one Edge.
You pointed on my Edge.
I did that. Featuring one of Edge and Christian's opponents or main rivals, but we'll get to them in a little bit. First, the tag champs and the number one contenders trade victories and losses in singles action this week. But it did nothing in the tag team division itself. All four guys are accomplished singles competitors. And what Transpire World just says that both teams are evenly matched. That's good news for Sheamus and Cesaro, though, as many fans from what I was reading thought they might be an afterthought once SummerSlam concluded. So the key for the championship feud now is to, I guess, how can I put it? It's to make sure that the former tag champs are still perceived as a threat to regain back the gold they lost.
Yeah. This is still probably my favorite storyline running in WWE on the main roster now. I think Sheamus and Cesaro are great competitors. It's nice to see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins be doing something of note. And it also looks like Seth's really getting into this work. He seems to be really stepping up his games. He's pulling out things I hadn't seen him pull out since before his knee injury. So there's really nothing wrong with these four, any combination of these four going at it.
Yeah.
To me.
Also the tag division this week, which is going to mix it with the Intercontinental Championship. With Jeff Hardy challenging the Mr. Intercontinental Championship this Monday. What's next with Hardy Boys? This could be a scenario where Hardys could break up if Jeff is successful and win the title on Monday night. Because there's been a rumor for a while now that both Matt and Jeff could go their separate ways.
Yeah.
But I thought that should have unless something drastic happens between the two, or they just get moved. Together is in Matt's case, I'm going to say it's more, not really Jeff. But either in the team or separate singles compares, I do feel like Matt is in need of some kind of character makeover now, in this case. Because there's a reason why they signed Matt back when the original Before the Broken Gimmick got big. There was a report saying they just want Jeff back.
Yeah.
So Matt's going to need a character makeover soon.
Yeah, maybe he'll be woken, or maybe they'll actually get the rights to the Broken Gimmick since GFW can actually copyright it.
Right.
But it's also nice to see Jeff Hardy go back into the singles role too. I think he's actually greatly underrated as a singles competitor.
Mm-hmm.
I thought his whole that year build up before he won his first WWE Championship was fantastic.
That goes back to long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
By the way, that actually
a great example of long-term.
By the way, we were just talking about that, and that took a year exactly.
Yeah.
Armageddon in 2007, he beat Triple H to get his championship shot against Randy Orton in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
He won the championship at Armageddon in 2008.
Off of Triple H. No, off of Edge.
With Triple H
was
involved.
Yeah.
So back then,
I think he pinned Triple H actually.
he pinned Edge.
Oh, he pinned Edge.
Triple H was pinning Edge in the pedigree. And then Jeff won for the Swanton broke up Triple H's pin. Landed on Edge. Or landed on both. But Triple H broke up one.
Yeah, there was a Hardy party. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you think Jeff needs a character maker too if he goes singles or? Well, he's not really a charismatic enigma now. He technically is, but they're just not saying it. And that's really, I think he will just go back to getting. He'll go back to getting the nickname back. I think.
Literally, the charismatic enigma was Jeff.
Yeah, all this is the face.
Maybe with the. Funny enough, you always hear it the other way, but maybe with the volume turned down a little bit.
Yeah.
On the weirdness scale, where he's making aluminum foil structures in his house or mowing his lawn in a very artistic way. Some of that's really cool, but I don't think it's necessarily the volume that gets turned up for the WWE that made that get over.
Right.
I think he's also very sympathetic babyface to where Miz can actually get some great heat, and Jeff actually is really good at also selling. Mm-hmm. So that could actually help out the Intercontinental title. It can help out Miz. Or maybe Matt and Jeff stay together and they found another enemy during the match. Mm-hmm. Or enemies, I should say.
Yeah. And sticking in the Raw Tag Division, because a lot happened there this week. For me, it was a big concern that Gallows and Anderson were treated like jobbers. So John Cena and Roman Reigns overall. Yeah. The 4 tag champs were supposed to be a force to be reckoned with in the division. Now they're just a false and meaningless tag team match. Mm-hmm. The WWE has no clue what to do with these two talented men at all.
Unfortunately, no. They
tease their Bullet Club, Too Sweet. Hair's okay though. Hair sign.
And look, we're not threatening anybody's life.
To fit, unless we're just threatening each other's. To Finn Balor in the Battle Royal. But as was a tease. Yeah. And say this that those 3 men will not join forces in the meantime. And this formal team will be directionless for the next few weeks at least.
It was pretty cool seeing the club working together to actually eliminate Big Show. And it was a really cool moment where Gallows put up the 2 Sweet to get it from Finn. And who got in the way? I forget. Someone took out Finn. Elias took out Finn. It could be somewhere where they're teasing where they're actually going to go eventually. Hopefully that happens sooner than later for Anderson Gallows' sake. If we're getting a superstar shakeup for the brand split, Anderson Gallows are definitely 2 that should be moved.
Yeah, Finn don't have to move this point.
Finn doesn't necessarily have to move, but I would like to see him.
Yeah, well, those 2 are benefits.
Yeah. If you're not going to do Nakamura and AJ at WrestleMania, I think the very, very good story to tell would be Finn and AJ for the WWE Championship with Anderson and Gallows at ringside. I think that would be some place that you're trying to get for a long-term booking.
I agree.
Other than that, I really do hope that they understand that Bullet Club's hot right now, and they're not in Hot Topic. If they're not beating WWE in Hot Topic, they're doing enough to where no other wrestling company or wrestling brand should be even close to them, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And Anderson Gallows, former members of the Bullet Club, are not getting treated as well. It's not necessarily the smartest business move.
Mm-mm. Especially which is revealed today too, that earlier this week, that Finn and AJ are the top sellers of each brand. So there's that too. And I don't think there's any coincidence to do with the Bullet Club. I'm just saying. Up next, the Intercontinental Championship division. The Intercontinental title championship was thrown in the center of the open roll, with a battle royal determined number one contender for the Miz next week. Out of all the people who were in the match, to me anyway, Jeff Hardy Diamond is surprised to win.
Yeah.
By tossing out the predictable favorite, Jason Jordan. The Miz versus Jeff title on Monday is something nobody even envisioned, but it was a first match nonetheless. I will say, he's a favorite wrestler that Jeff's not as athletic as he used to be, that more to do with age than anything. But he's still better than
years of taking bumps off ladders.
But he's still better than a good chunk of the roster.
Yeah. He'd still tell a good story.
Yeah. So the upcoming match might be a little bit slower than it would normally have been, like even back in 2009. But still. But I do think in this case, Miz right now, if it's at least a start, if you should be favored to retain the gold.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Miz should be dropping their Intercontinental belt anytime soon.
No.
I'll be fine if Jeff wins if they put the effort into the belt.
Yeah. If Jeff does win, they'll probably will care about the belt. And Jeff is probably one of the better Intercontinental champions that they've had in the last 20 years.
Right.
So, I said before, I don't think this will be a bad thing for Miz or the Intercontinental title. Or Jeff Hardy to see if he can actually stretch his singles legs again.
Mm-hmm. Well, without it, problem, stretching singles.
Yeah.
Max will worry about that case, because it looks like Max feud with Gales Anderson.
Yeah.
Not Jeff, just bad.
Yeah.
Another thing in the conversation there is that I guess it'll be fascinating to see what happens to Jason Jordan next. Because it was nearly a month ago that everyone was optimistic on what kind of direction the former Smackdown Tag Team Champion would take. Right now, he might be taking it shorter in his stick, compared to his former partner Chad Gable, who would team with the return of Shelton Benjamin.
Who found himself a Jason Jordan who's 20 years older.
It's safe to say that WWE made a huge mistake in splitting American outfit, at least for Jordan's sake, from the get-go. They could actually thrive as a team in the shallow role tag team division. Now Jason's only rolling in the role because his dad's the general manager.
He's really fallen off a cliff. Really, the only salvageable thing is I think he does have to turn heel.
Yeah, that's right.
And they could do if they do want to keep him as Angle's son, which I don't think they should.
Right.
But if they do want to keep it that, have him turn heel the same way the same thing as Kurt was a heel originally. Drinking milk,
over the top,
abstinence routines,
yeah,
just over the top, cheesy, with him being the perfect American hero.
Yeah.
Go that route. But I don't think he should necessarily stay as his son.
Nah.
So I would say if you want to salvage Jordan, Angle versus Jordan.
Yeah. I agree. And somebody else in our conversation division who's over weekly. Elias need to be in a rolling feud sooner rather than later. It's nice to know that he has his own segment on Raw every week. And consider up to by guys like R-Truth and Keith Slater every week, but the man himself needs some progression. This shtick he's doing will eventually become steel the next few weeks.
Yeah. And
people will use that segment as a bathroom break, unless he's in a meaningful feud. I suggested today, because there's only people I can think of, that a feud with the tightest worldwide brand might actually be beneficial right now.
Yeah.
Because Apollo specifically. So Apollo hasn't still on the sidelines for more than a month now. And it's the perfect time to watch his story unfold with the Titus Grey. Seriously, seems to say all this. And I think both Apollo and Elias could benefit greatly from the feud, because Elias, I feel like still needs some help in the ring. So Apollo got up there. But Elias does get great reactions compared to what he got on NXT.
Yeah.
Because Roll gets his character.
Somehow.
Yeah.
More than NXT did.
Yeah, and his reactions, casuals do hate him. He's starting to get cheered about in Smarky stage. Casuals do hate
him. Brooklyn.
Yeah, so people do hate him. So in the casual towns, I think it's good for Apollo to get a reaction with some of Apollo's shows.
Yeah. I think his character does have legs. I think like Joe said, I think he needs to be in something meaningful.
I mean, I'm glad he gets some segment weekly. But
Yeah. But like, how many times is he gonna squash our truth?
Right.
I mean, how meaningful can that really be nowadays? If they do want to stay away from just have him be strictly singles and not just be involved with Titus Worldwide, I would probably say give him Matt Hardy.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And maybe he can actually write some lyrics about that. People care about Matt Hardy because they'll constantly chant Delete.
Right.
So I think that would be good for him.
That could work, so that'll be better in terms for his sake, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Universal Championship division, John Cena and Roman Reigns cut one of the greatest pro segments in world history. Many people are furious that both men will be facing each other at Mercy. I wasn't furious. I mean, I guess with the network, it don't matter when people fight. Yeah. Like with individuals, so I'll just drop that. They will be facing each other at Mercy instead of WrestleMania. And one says I can see WWE why they won't capitalize on this kind of dream match now, because there's no guarantee we will see also the segments like this every week on Raw anyway.
Yes.
So I know the way now. Cena got the best out of the promo exchange with Roman Reigns. I'm not going to go over it. You've all seen that, I'm sure.
Definitely heard about it.
Yeah.
You've been looking under the rock.
Yeah, the big dog, look on the whole, with the exclamation point, no mercy. And if Reigns loses to Cena, that scathing verbal beatdown the big dog received will be tied to his career for a long time.
The promo is very divisive. Well, at least for me. Actually, hold on for part 2.
Right.